Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Myself Aishwarya as an intern at LEXIS and Company, and my today's topic is movable property. Section 3 of this act defines what is movable property. Through the section is not exhaustive, it lists down what all things are movable property, which does not include standing timbers, growing crops or grasses. These three items can come under movable property with certain exceptions. In simple terms, movable property is a property that cannot be moved. Section 3, subsection 26 of General Clauses Act defines immovable property as it should include land, benefits to arises out of land, and the things attached to the earth. Therefore, movable property is attached to the earth except standing timbers, crops and grasses. As you know, there is a vast difference between movable and immovable property, and you guys also want to know what are the differences between movable and immovable property. So let's start with the difference. So first difference is the movable property can easily transfer from one place to another without any changing in its capacity and quantity. On the other hand, immovable property cannot easily transfer from one place to another place, and if transferred then it loses his capacity and his shape and quantity. Second difference is the movable property is a property that is not attached to the earth and can be moved easily. For example, car, property, books, etc. But if a mango tree are cut and sold for the timber, then it is considered as a movable property. In this case, immovable property which is attached to the earth cannot be moved. Example, building, trees, etc. But if mango trees are sold for the nourishment and fruits, then it is considered under immovable property. Then third difference is registration of movable property. In movable property, it is not mandatory and optional under the Indian Registration Act 1908. In this case, immovable property, if there is a transformation at any point of the time, though subject value exceeds ₹100, the registration is mandatory under the Registration Act 1908. Fourth one is the movable property is liable to sales tax and central tax through the subjects to certain restrictions under Andhra Pradesh Journal Sales Tax 1957 and also the central sales tax, whereas the immovable property is not liable for the sales tax, but the stamp duty and registration duty has to be paid under the respective acts. In this case, movable property is a transfer which complete when there is more delivery with the intention to transfer. It is not same in the case of immovable property. In such, this transferred must be registered in the same transferee. Then there are some case laws which are Shishmel versus Hassan Khani Rothar. In this case, it was held that an hire who received an advantage for giving up his future rights to the property, and then the hire cannot be allowed to the benefits of doctrine of spes succession. Second case law is Muhammad versus Anatharchari. In this case, the court held there cannot be an easement by the prescription if the person admits then the property belongs to him. The court defines the easement as there was an owner of the property that has a right over the way of the labs for the another person which is connected with the beneficial use of his own land. Thank you.